David,
Yeah.
I think you put the music on the virtual voice channel. We can hear the music perfectly.
Okay. Hello everybody. How are you all going? Hope everybody's going good. I will just pull over my computer and share my screen very quickly for everybody. It's going to be recorded on YouTube as always. Hi Marco. Hi everybody. How are you all going?
Very good.
I know that there's
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. I know that there's not going to be many people because I know that there's the World Cup match tonight. So, well, not for everybody, but I know that a lot of the users come from the UK. So, I should.
We already won.
Yeah. So I thought I'd just jump in very, very quickly. Say hello to everybody because it's been a little bit of a while. Share my screen very quickly. Let me pull up the right screens here. That one there. Say hello to everybody. Get back to doing these live streams twice a week so that I can update everybody on the progress of things like updates on the Optimiser, on the DaviddTech bot, and things like that, and also building new strategies. So I'll just go through very, very quickly. It'll be quick tonight because, like I said, just the ideas and things like that. First of all, I apologise for not being much on the past couple of days, weeks. I've been trying to push through and get all of the updates through. Pushing a bit too hard sometimes, and unfortunately didn't get through the updates I wanted, which is a bit disappointing. So I've back here now doing the live streams twice a week. As always, not in the slightest a trader, so please backtest any trading strategies as much as possible before putting them all up on live. And as always, as I always say, we're here in Discord. This is a community. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to interrupt at any time and ask any questions. So we're only a couple in tonight, so I will go through very quickly the updates and what I'm planning on doing this week. Because there's lots of questions around the DaviddTech bot and where we're going with the DaviddTech bot. So many of you may know the DaviddTech bot was made by a guy called EM from from the community quite a long time ago. It was a bot that the idea was to make it secure as possible, fast as possible. Things like the stop loss and the take profits were important to us, which the user in the group made this bot. I made donations towards it. Unfortunately, he decided to give up on that bot, so I had to make decisions on whether we wanted to use it and continue using it as a community, which I wrote a post about inside the DaviddTech bot earlier, which explains what I'm going to be doing with it. Like I said, the code wasn't actually mine, it was another user's. Although it was called the DaviddTech bot, it was part of another user from the DaviddTech community. It was something that was open source. So I've gone through, updated it. I did my best. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way that I wanted it. Picking up pieces, trying to fix it after he left and things like that. And bringing on people to try and help me reply to questions and things like that. Went around a bit in the circles, to be honest. And so I decided what I've done going to be doing is kind of taking the DaviddTech bot and renaming it. The reason is that way we can offer a technical support via a help desk. Be able to use live chat programs to help people install it easier and make it just that little bit easier for everybody. As Discord for those kind of questions just wasn't doing a great job for it. So I'm gonna call it trigger.trade. So it's www.trigger.trade. All of the DaviddTech members, of course, will have free access to trigger.trade. The main supported exchanges I'm going to go forward with at the moment are going to be Binance and ByBit. The reason is they're the two that are the most used by everybody inside the community, I believe. I started buying installing things like FTX, and I do believe totally my fault that FTX. No, I was only joking. FTX fell apart because the day that I decided to release the FTX update, well, obviously the company went bankrupt, and so the CCXT update that I was offering with all of the exchanges will be there. They will not be officially supported until I've managed to go through each and every one and test them. They may work in the way that you'd like them to. They may not, but the ones that I'm going to be focusing on at the moment to make absolute perfect is, first of all, ByBit and obviously Binance as part of the new feature. So you'll be able to go to trigger.trade. It looks pretty much the same as it was before. You'll be able to use the static connector, so you'll be able to use it on any strategy out there. You'll be able to use it with DaviddTech, which will be automatically integrated. But like I said, thanks to William and a couple of other developers, we'll now be able to offer things like live chat and things like that, so that the support for this program will be a little bit easier on everybody. The integration will be a little bit easier. A lot of the questions come back we've come back and put them into an FAQ. Things like why do we use the email address and things like that. Those things were causing a lot more headaches. So I've removed the email address verification from the website because a lot of people weren't filling out the email address. So no longer needs that email address. So I've tried to make it as easy as possible from A to Z to be able to connect TradingView to ByBit. So this will be fully launched tomorrow for ByBit, and then later in the week I'll do Binance. The reason I'm doing one by one is so that we can offer support a little bit better for the two, although they are both ready to go. Inside it, I've also coded a verification bot because a couple of problems with the old system was things like take profits not being set because the bot was timing out after a certain amount of time, or missed trades because the bot was timing out on the take profit or the stop loss. So it wasn't it wasn't actually setting everything up correctly as it should have. So I've added a verification function to the EM bot, which was the previous code, the EM bot as it was called. I've added a verification process which will go in at the very end of the trade before it times out and verifies that everything is set, and then sends you a message to Telegram or to Discord. So I've also integrated, obviously, as you most probably know, Telegram. So you can use Telegram for alerts instead. Just takes us away from Discord, because I know that everybody gets a lot of messages from Discord. It was something that was said, and they kind of got lost in there. So I've added Telegram in there as well. You can continue to use Discord if you prefer, but Telegram's there now as part of those that update, so that you can now all of that works. The Telegram bot, I need to change the name of the bot. Forgot about that. But I'll post the update of the name of the bot here, so that everybody can add the bot to Telegram. So I hope that, fingers crossed, everybody will be able to find things a little bit easier on trigger.trade. Like I said, it was never really, it was not my code from the beginning, not pushing blames or anything like that, but it wasn't the code that I made from the beginning, so it was a bit of a hard curve afterwards for me to fix all the problems and things like that I was coming up with, and I hope that this version will be a lot easier for everybody to use with the DaviddTech strategies. Does anybody have any questions about?
Please.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
David?
Yeah.
The reason for the timeouts, what is that? Because if I remember, that was not in the past.
Yeah, it seems like some of the timeouts were in the version 3 of ByBit are taking longer for the take profits. That has been one of the main problems. It's not the only problem, but the verification function that I made covers our backs as such. It makes sure that everything's set, whether it's to do with the timeout, whether it's to do with missing data, whether it's to do with anything else. The actual verification function, what it does is it literally verifies everything, makes sure that all of the information is sent and received correctly. It also makes sure that everything's entered before completely closing the bot. Now, as you know, I don't store any information from your API codes and things like that, which is a technical difficulty, I guess, because it means that I can't go back once the bot's closed. It's triggered, it's opened. Once the bot is closed, obviously we can't go back and check because I no longer have access to those API codes that were pinged to the server at the point of entry. So the verification function verifies everything, and then at that point the bot is closed and not before.
Will the verification not delay setting the stop losses and take profits?
No, not at all, because it's all done at the very end.
Okay. And you said to launch it tomorrow for ByBit?
Yes. So, sorry.
Is everything then fixed, all bugs?
Everything's fixed as far as I can see. The verification function is in there. I've removed authentication from the website, so there's no longer a need for it to verify. Before, what it did, the bot, the only thing that it did ever add to a database was a number for being able to find a trade afterwards. That is no longer needed in this new version. So any problems with connecting to a website to be able to verify with that email address and things like that is no longer a problem, because it doesn't need any access to the website. So all of the small problems that may have caused a larger problem along the way have now been removed from the old version.
Okay, webhook still the same?
That was one thing that I was going to go across over here in the post I have written here. Do you need to change anything? The old URL will still work as it was before. If you'd like to use the new updated code, there'll be more details on the launch, so you may have to change the webhook URL. No, you will have to change the webhook URL. Sorry.
And is it still the same speed then?
Exactly the same speed. Exactly the same speed. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a clone server, just new code. That's all.
Okay. One message I saw on trigger.trade.
Yes.
And when we want to check the uptime, it leads to uptimerobot.com. I don't know if that's your intention or that you want to keep visitors on the website.
It's going to be a white labeled version which will have our URL on it. Yes, that will be the service that we're using to check for the time being. But it will be a white labeled one, so it will have our URL on it. Yes.
Because now the visitors are sent to uptimerobot.com. I think it's better for you or for
to keep them on the website.
Billion. Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Frame or something like that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
David, sorry,
yes,
I just come late. So this trigger trade, is this the new service, the new
DaviddTech bot?
DaviddTech bot?
Yes, absolutely. I'm separating it away from the DaviddTech, like I said, to be able to offer a better support through things like a support forum and things like that. As you know yourself, it wasn't something that I coded, so I'm trying to bring it back to where it was with a name, so that I can offer better technical support with a team around it and things like that.
Yeah, man, nice one.
Okay.
David, I see in the headers prizes.
Surprises?
Yes, in the headers from trigger.trade.
Okay. The prices. Okay, prices. Prices.
Yes.
Sorry, just bear me 2 seconds. I thought it
Yeah,
was
no.
everything's free, as you can see, for anybody that's at DaviddTech. So it'll be the same sort of like login with the Patreon login as the other one.
You're charging for people who aren't DaviddTech, though, aren't you?
It's going to be a DaviddTech service, so it's just going to be reserved for us guys that are in here anyway.
Okay, so only the DaviddTech users are using it.
Absolutely, it'll be DaviddTech users that are using it. Yes. Well, you can use it on any strategy. You don't have to use it on a DaviddTech strategy, but it's reserved for DaviddTech. Yes. So.
Because I was surprised actually. I think if it's free, why then put a header with prices in the menu?
Good point. It was, I don't know, but good point.
Okay.
I totally agree. It was so that.
I think some companies, what they do is they'll set up a pricing structure if you don't connect to a exchange via referral. So I'm not sure if that's what you was thinking. Sorry to interrupt.
No, thank you. No, yeah. There was that idea. I like I come from I don't know if you know, but I come from an open source background. I would love to lay off the fees and make ByBit pay as much as possible, and you guys pay as little as possible, and we go over to as much open source as I possibly can. To be honest, that would be my complete ultimate dream for the whole of the community. It means that. Things like the boilerplate, I can make more open source. I'd like to be able to make this open source and things like that. So any clicks on the affiliate links just gives us that step towards it sounds a bit silly, but my ultimate dream of making it as open source and free in all aspects of freeness, as in free for not costing any money, freeness as in free code, going towards as much open source. So I would like to go for that as well, that kind of idea in the long term. So I will for the pricing idea up there. I'll think about moving that or adding something different up there, Marco.
Okay, thanks. And Discord manager for the Trigger.trade bot, is that still William? Or
yes.
More people? Or
now currently William's going to be looking after the main support. There's a couple of other help support people in there. And we also have another developer, hopefully 2 developers that are working full-time on that project. It's a small team. It's a very small team, but I should imagine it will be enough, hopefully, for helping as much as possible. William's going to be on the end of most of the questions inside the DaviddTech forum. Discord.
And will that be, like we already discussed, most often by direct messages or in Discord?
Like you said, there's going to be 2 kinds of questions. There's sometimes where William has to go off and connect to a shared screen and help people. That obviously will have to be off screen. Some simple questions he's going to be able to do inside of Discord, and other things he's working on things like FAQs and direct emails as well. So he's going to be offering all aspects.
Okay, nice to hear. And update about Mario. Is he still in Discord or did he stop?
Mario is less in Discord at the moment. Not for problems. It's just he's gone back to education.
Okay.
Okay.
Clear.
If I'm right in saying that, Vlad, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So as I said in my comments here, I said the main future is the ultimate aim is to make as much open source and some really, really good videos and tutorials on how to install this on Google and functions. I will always offer a hosted version of trigger.trade, but always, and which will always be free to all DaviddTech members in the community. So it's not.
But what will be the advantage to host it on Google ourselves?
There's several advantages. We were talking about this yesterday, I believe, with a couple of users. A couple of users just prefer because they know where their credentials are going and things like that. So it's a personal opinion. Other than that, I think it's more preference. I know there's some people prefer just have a full setup service that's done for them. Some people like to play around with the code. A Google service would cost a lot less than the $5 a month to have your own personal Google server up and running for yourself. I just like the open source world, so I'd like to make it as something that's possible for anybody who wants to use it. Like I said, it might not be today or tomorrow.
Dave, I think it's also a good idea that we can self-host ourselves as well, because I'm not sure if you guys are aware that Binance blacklisted a bunch of IP addresses for some other bot platforms. So if you're kind of away from that, that can kind of allow you to carry on trading. Sorry to interrupt again.
No, that's great. Thank you. No, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, that's another great point. Things like too many hits from one IP does. I just like to give the option to everybody who wants to be able to code. Currently, the code, like I said, is my code and EM's code from before. I've got to do a lot of tidying up to make it nice and clean. Just so that it looks respectable for everybody to be able to use it, and then I'll just add it to a GitHub, and we'll be able to hopefully improve it together. That's another thing that I like about the open source world, which I've been working in from WordPress for many years back. It means that it's not David's code anymore, it's our code as a community. We're building it together. We can push updates together. Anybody who knows how to code will be able to help. Anybody who doesn't will be able to profit from a code that's made by many people, very much like WordPress.
Is there a functions list like like a wish list that we can vote for, or is that coming, or is it out already? Sorry.
No, not at the moment. Voting is something that I would love to add more inside of Discord. I did one or two recently. I definitely would love to do some kind of voting ideas. It was something that I sort of added here, was here. If anybody has any great suggestions on organising, or I written this mess, but it wasn't horrible or anything like that, it was just a joke. But if anybody has any ideas like votes and things like that, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to integrate voting for building functions, which way you'd like me to go in certain directions. Is open source important to you guys? Is it not important? Is adding, I don't know, another multiple TP? That's adding more functions to the strategy is more important, things like that. I'd like to vote upon what strategies you would like me to build and things like that. I'd like to vote on as well. So I need to put some kind of structure behind that inside of Discord, and hopefully we'll be able to vote on things in the near future.
Are you not already having that on DavidTech?
We vote on the best strategies, yes. but there is
Also on blocks of futures, if I'm right.
Yes, there is a way of pushing things up. There is, yes. It's not prevalent enough. Maybe I need to just maybe push that function so that everybody knows that it's there. Yeah. Very true.
You like the open source world, I like the money world, so if you fancy sharing your money as well, that'll do for me.
Open source, isn't it? My Bitcoin key is...
Your coins scope.
Yeah.
You what, Marco?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Share your coins if you
Share
like
coins.
open source.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be nice.
Not going to do that. I like sharing, but not that much, eh?
Got a spare wallet available if anyone wants to send over some.
Right, yeah. So William will be doing some live streams. I hope from next week. There's none planned this week. He's going to do a couple just with me and maybe the beta testers this week, or anybody who wants to join, just so we can get the questions a bit sort of organised for William. He will be going through how to set up everything inside trigger.trade. I will do a live stream on Thursday, I believe it is at 2ish. I think it's 2 o'clock London time, where I'll go through the setting up on trigger.trade. I'll also go through the updates of version 4, which will have Trigger Trade pretty much installed anyway, so it should be pretty easy. And then I'll move on to the next thing that we already went on. Boilerplates updates. I'm going to be pushing through from tomorrow to through Thursday. Things like the Pine connector and all of that that has been requested quite a few times. I know they're late. I apologise. Like I said, I was just pushing through, trying to get this done as best as I could. Unfortunately, my communication wasn't the best last month, but I will be back doing two streams a week here. So hopefully, I will improve on that in the next couple of weeks. So all of those updates will be updated and pushed through up until Thursday, where I will go through everything with you guys, any questions that you may have on Thursday about the updates, etc.
You explain the difference, what we discussed yesterday. You told me there's a change in the increase and exit.
I totally forgot to reply to you. I apologise.
No problem. Yeah.
Yes, so the update in TradingView, which allowed us to have the instant take profits. I recoded a lot of the way that the entry, the exit, as you can see, they're much faster than they were before, even on the when you don't use the instant checkbox, which has completely changed the entry exit codes. I believe that's where the big main problem comes from, because not only is it allowing us to have new entries at different places, it also allows us to exit at different places, which has changed the heart of the strategy. So what I've done is I've started to reintegrate the old code as well, so that you can easily use 1 or 2. I just need to add some kind of checkbox down so that you can use the old way of doing it, or some kind of option so you can use the old way of doing it, or the new way, which I believe in the long run is the safer way, because it gets you out. It gives you more of a of what you'd expect from the exchange than you would with the other one, because sometimes there was things like the big candle that was on the same exit, and the entry was on got stopped out at exactly the same point. Those things kind of things are you may have got stopped out on your exchange, but inside the backtesting results it wouldn't have shown up. Those kind of things work better in the new version and give you more reliable results in the backtesting. But you will have the option for either or in the version 4.
Do you expect, like the settings are I had sent you. I missed 300,000%,
Yes.
and about 70 trades.
Yes.
Do you expect that I can get those profits in backtesting also with latest version, but then I have to optimize the settings again, or not?
No, you won't. You won't have to do anything. You'll just have to check the checkbox that allows you to use the old entries
Yes,
and exits.
but when I want to use the latest version, not the old code,
Yes.
do you then also expect that when I optimize again that I can get those profits?
I don't know how to reply because I don't know, Marco. I don't know. Will you get the same sorts of profits? Like I said, the heart of the entry and exits are slightly different. So it's not that the old system was wrong. It's just that it was in the emulation. I feel as though the new features of TradingView gives us a better backtesting results. Do I expect for you to be able to optimize to get to the same results? I hope so. I don't know, Marco. I'll have to test with you, or because I'm just mumbling on. I don't know.
Okay. But you said better results. What do you mean with better?
More accurate results.
Yeah.
The results are more accurate because, like I said, things like candles, which are big candles, which hit the entry and the stop loss or overtake profit at the same time, are more. You'll get out as if you were in the exchange a bit better. Things like some of the stop losses that we had on the older system, the candle waited for kind of a close to happen outside of the candle. So those kind of things are now better and almost instant, as you've probably seen in 4. No, you haven't seen in 4.04 because you haven't got it yet. So, yeah.
Okay. You said to update all strategies to the latest version.
Yes.
You are confident that there are no bugs? Will it not be better to, for example, first update only 2 or 3, 4, 5 strategies?
Yes. Yeah. I'll update the main strategies. The main strategies. Now, I'm not going to update. What I'm going to do is I'm going to separate things into categories onto the site like this, like I've written here. I'm going to add experimental versions, experiments. I'm going to separate indicators from strategies and versions, as you can see here. I'm going to offer the possibility to be able to, that table, that big long table where it's got all of the strategies in there, you'll be able to select things like versions. You'll be able to select things that are experiments, are very much like the harmonic patterns and things like that, which are still in the experimentation. Excuse me. It's still experiments more than actually working strategies. Those kind of things I'm going to put into categories inside the website, so you'll be able to see them, and that goes also for these versions of version 4. You'll still have full access to the old ones. It won't be an update. It'll be an extra one, which you'll be able to test and see if everything's working first, and it will still be in the category of experiments or something like that. Yes, beta or something like that. But yeah, I'll update the main ones first so that we can play with the main ones, the OB.
Yes.
I
think that's important to do indeed. Yes.
Sorry, David. The harmonic bot that you've made, or sorry, the indicator.
Yes.
Will it will this new trigger bot be able to do the type 1 trade and then do the type 2 as well?
The harmonic is like I said, is very much an experiment at the moment.
Okay.
It was something that I started building not that long ago. It was and it's something that I wanted to turn into a full trading strategy. Will it be able to? It will be able to It'll be fully integrated into Trigger.trade. But it's going to take me a little bit to get it all finished and working well as a single strategy. But it will be one of my focuses in the next couple of weeks to get back to that and finishing that one up. Okay. So I think that I sort of jumped ahead. I think that I've kind of done all of this anyway. Yep, so another thing that I've been updating is the optimizer, which is the optimizer here. The optimizer for TradingView. The optimizer is an extension that you can install onto your TradingView, onto Chrome, and helps you optimize trading strategies. It runs automatically as a bot. Now, I will say that as a disclaimer that TradingView do not like using automated systems. Be careful using it. Don't open too many tabs. Well, don't open more than one tab. There's no real need more than one tab. Otherwise, you will end up with your account them sending you an email saying that they don't like automation. But I did stop development of this, but due to popular request, it's been updated again. It has all of the features working. There is a new update. It's currently at 3.1 at the moment. There is a 1.32, which is on its way, just waiting for it to be updated with a couple of bug fixes in there as well. There's a video there for you to be able to watch how to use it. It's very, very simple. I updated that. Now Vlad's going to be coming in tomorrow, I believe, to do a hands-on sort of like workshop on how to use the optimizer. It's going to be very, very simple at the beginning. Looking for settings for anybody that's interested on using the optimizer. And then what I'd like to do is use the forum function, which is inside of Discord, to create a forum with coin pairs and best settings for that are found, so that there's maybe a way of us to properly organize the best settings, because there's lots of best settings throughout the whole of Discord. Discord has recently, I don't know, but recently, I think it was today or yesterday, I got a message from Discord saying that they have a forums function, which I didn't know, which allows us to create a kind of a thread, lots of threads inside one single area, which means that we can add things like coin pairs and strategy names to a thread, and then we'll be able to like organize all of the best settings into one area, where we can, when I say best settings, it could be just good settings or better settings. So we'll be able to organize them in one area inside of a forum. So that will be something that we're doing. I believe I started looking at the forum function today, so I'll start trying to add that. Somebody did say that there's already too many rooms in Discord. Things like the problem is I don't want to remove things because I know a couple of people are still using a couple of the things out there, and I don't really want to do it in one single thread because we did that at the very, very beginning, and that was a big mess. So I don't know which ones really to move, if there is any to move. But if you can see my screen there, yeah, there it is. We have an optimizer settings. This is the forum here. It's all in nicely tagged, so we can sort of build coin pairs and things like that. So I hope that that will be a solution for us to find a good way of organizing best settings. But it's an idea. Like I said, if anybody's got any better ideas on how to organize, I'm all ears, because yeah, it's a community, and I will go in the direction that everybody else would like and vote on and things like that. So
David, can you please explain what you mean with categories, working, and experiments?
Okay, that was on the website. The idea is on the website. I'm going to put the DaviddTech categories. Let me put up the DaviddTech tab over here very quickly. Make sure I'm logged in. David.tech. Sorry about this. My strategies, of course, I'm not logged in. Off we go. Come on. Sorry about this. Won't be 2 seconds. So it's this page here, over here. Ooh, there it is. Would you kindly go over to the browser? There we go. Right. Okay. So this page here. This page here has a huge list of indicators. I'd like to add some tags or some categories where we put things like indicators and strategies, so you can easily find the different indicators and the different strategies. Things like the harmonics or the Quasimodo and things like that are more experiments. More experiments that maybe need a little bit more time and things like that. So I'll be able to put them into experiments. It also helped me to find the ones that I still need to continue working on. So I'd add these into categories so that we can know which ones are working, which ones are version 4, which ones are on the old version. Just adding tags so that we can easily find and sort these strategies a little bit easier, so they're a little bit easier to find as such.
Did you already add the sort function for that page?
Building it at the moment, yes.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Hello, David. How are you?
Hi, how are you going?
I'm fine, and you?
Yes, very well, thank you.
I want to ask how we can use the triggered trade.
Okay, trigger.trade will be launched tomorrow with ByBit. It's going to be the same sort of website as DaviddTech. It's going to be very simple for setting up. You just literally copy and paste the code as before. The idea behind it was to make it a little bit more simple so that we don't have things like the email errors and things like that, and also a verified bot behind it. I will do a full go through everything on Thursday when I do a live stream on Thursday.
We need explanation video to use to connect dead zone with the trigger.trade to ByBit. Are you going to do something like that?
I certainly can on Friday go through it, and if it's something that everybody needs, I'll happily do a video about it. No problem whatsoever.
Good. And I want to ask if you can help. If I want to use Alertatron, how can I activate the dynamic leverage you added recently to version 4?
Normally it should be just hashtag margin hashtag at the end, I believe, just like this, and that will pass the value through. Sorry about this. If it allows me to write. Yeah.
I don't know if I can break in on that subject,
yes,
because I put a question to William a couple of days ago. Because when I analyze the values I get from Dynamic, it's a value in USDT and a margin placeholder.
Yes.
But it's based on the backtesting. So if you do have backtesting in your view, it will use the value you have earned over the last. So maybe you start with $100, now you're $1,000, and the order seems to be based on the $1,000, which you don't have, I guess.
Okay.
So that's maybe easy. If you want to use, I think you have to date limit the backtesting to the day you start the bot.
Okay. I know that in the most recent one, I've added a couple more options as well, which will be released.
Well, let me say, this is if you use percentage of account If you use amount, then it's probably working fine.
Okay. I can't remember the link that I did. Where is it? There's also a generator for Alertatron that I built a long time ago.
Okay.
Alertatron, yeah, I'll have to go through. We'll have to go through and do another Alertatron video. I did one a long time ago, but I haven't been back to Alertatron for quite a while, so I'll have to do an Alertatron video again for anybody that needs help with Alertatron. Maybe I can find a way of doing some kind of poll or something where we can poll on what I'm going to talk about in these live streams. If you want me to help you do an Alertatron, I'll happily spend an hour or whatever it takes to show everybody how to connect from A to Z to Alertatron, whether it's dynamic, take profits, or anything like that. I will go through.
The dynamic leverage is the base of my strategy. Oh, and I hope the new website Triggered to Trade, I hope it will be good enough to let me cancel Alertatron and any other third party.
Okay.
I-
Yeah, I hope so too. Like I said, I will do a lot of. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Carry on, please.
We are waiting for it.
Yes, yeah. I know. Like I said, it was just a complicated transition between the code of the old developer and myself. So hopefully the new version of Trigger.trade will be able to use it. And then I'd like to also offer videos. We used to have the guy Chad from Alertatron in here. They've changed the owner of Alertatron recently. I think it was this week or the week before. So Chad's being replaced by somebody else at the moment, and it'd be nice if we could kind of get them back in so they can do some live streams with us as well and answer any questions we might have about Alertatron.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Good.
Yes.
Boilerplate update.
Yes.
Did you add for all settings tooltips
Sorry, Marco, I didn't hear it.
along in the Discord?
Yes.
So I think it's very, very, very important to add them for everything.
I agree.
Or make some documentation.
Absolutely, I agree. I've made 2 big steps thanks to you. I've put a lot of effort into building the tooltips, 3 probably actually, looking to build a documentation from A to Z of everything inside of an FAQ. And then final thing is I'm looking to, as before we uploaded the strategies with the default settings of each of the indicators, from now on, from any videos that I do, I will add the settings from the video into the indicator so that they have good, better, or worse settings, but coherent settings with the video that I produce on YouTube and not just the default settings. So people will have better settings. So yeah, so they're the 3 efforts that I made. 3 efforts, they weren't big efforts, but you know what I mean. 3 things that I did which you suggested. Plus the optimizer, of course.
Yes, don't forget that. Also about Keltner, Donchian, all those settings for take profit and stop losses.
Yes, I added a tooltip for that as well, yes.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm looking, okay, when I, for example, want to use Bollinger Bands.
Yes.
I think there are no settings or fields to use that.
Yes, I do know. The problem is because there's no way of hiding settings. I have to find a balance between too many settings that nobody would understand and settings that are just there. So I need to try and figure out a way for maybe having an empty field or something like that, where that field would change the Bollinger Bands or change a setting inside of a counter channel or something like that as well. But yes, I understand what you're saying, but it's just because I can't hide anything inside TradingView, so it would be an endless list if I continue to add.
Yes, I can understand, but then it's difficult to optimize the strategy when we want to use some of those settings, like the
Could you create perhaps an advanced tab?
We can't, unfortunately, inside
Oh,
of
okay.
TradingView, which I'd love to sort of like do a combo where one
No, sorry.
disappears. Yeah, but unfortunately we can't.
No, what I meant was when you're in the indicator itself, so when you go into settings, I wonder if you can embed it as a part of that. Sorry.
No, unfortunately you can't.
Oh, okay.
When you're in TradingView, you're very, very limited. It's a bit like an old HTML form where you've got the right to have that form, and that's the only thing you're allowed to edit. You can't even really edit much in the property tab or anything like that. You can't embed anything, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to, but
And David,
yes,
some strategies we use custom,
yes,
but when we don't watch videos, it's very, very difficult to know which fields to use for custom.
okay.
Nobody knows which field to use.
For custom,
We
yeah,
open
okay.
a strategy that uses that.
Okay, maybe I can add something to a tooltip or something like that.
Yes, but yeah, then you need to create it per strategy, probably. I think it's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, I can add some kind of tooltip that I'll just put up the top that gives an explanation of what custom is and how it works.
Yes.
I'll write that down. Tooltip for custom, because yeah, I understand that. Even myself, when going back, some of the times I don't remember. Tooltip for custom.
Can imagine that, and that's also what we have with the max drawdown. We have two settings for that. What is that doing? If I'm right, it's pausing the bot 24 hours. If I'm right, but if I'm right, you didn't mention that at the tooltips.
Okay, I'll have a look. Tooltips. So we got custom and how long. Yeah, very true as well, Marco, because we did change it a couple of times, and I don't even remember myself which one we decided to use. How long pause is for. Pause is max drawdown. Draw down. Okay, I've written it down. I will have a look back at the code.
And yeah, maybe also for max trades. If I'm right, there is a field max trades.
Yes.
Of max losing trades, if I'm right.
Yes.
What's doing that? Is it only for backtesting that we optimize a strategy and it can't have more than 5 losses in a row? Or is it pausing when we have reached that maximum field?
Okay. Same sort of answer. There's a possibility of both. They're functions that are embedded into TradingView itself. I honestly, off the top of my head, we went through a time where we were testing as a group both settings. I can't remember off the top of my head which one we decided to use. I will put it in the tooltips so we know in the future. I can't remember which one we decided to use, to be honest. So I will look back at the code. It was built like 6 months ago, so I will have a look at the code.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Therefore, the tooltips are important indeed.
Yes.
Other thing is we have API settings in the strategies. When we share the CSV files, like Richard lost a lot of money. Would it not be better to give that field not a name field, not a title?
Yeah.
We can't share those settings.
That would be a good way of moving it. Yes.
Then we don't have the problem when someone forgets to remove it because he lost 10 grand, if I'm right.
Yes, yeah. API. Yeah, okay, I've written that down. I'll just explain to everybody. When sharing settings, obviously be very, very careful not to share your API codes with anybody through Discord, obviously. That gives anybody access to your account, whether it's here, anywhere. Make sure you remove your API codes.
Yeah, but then I think when you don't give the title that field, then we don't have that problem.
Yeah, so remove. Yep, let me have a look. Think about that. API. I will also remove it from. Get it so that the optimizer removes it like it used to as well. Remove API code. Okay. Thanks, Marco.
It's okay.
Okay.
David, will you upload this live to YouTube?
Yes, indeed. It is being streamed directly to YouTube at the same time.
That's good, so we can watch it again with translate.
Totally understand. No problem. I can do French if you like, if that helps.
No,
Oui, oui.
Oui, yeah. Okay, right, so that's done. I think that's good. So yeah, anyway, so as you can see, it's back. The optimizer, I will continue updating that, add in any features. If anybody's got any suggestions of features that they would like to add to improve it, it was something that was very much a community project since the very, very beginning. And 75%, if not more, of the features suggested were Marco. Marco has been a great help since the beginning, improving on the optimizer. If anybody has any ideas on how to improve, please don't hesitate to ask. I will integrate as much as possible any ideas into the optimizer as we go along. You can download it. It does. Somebody asked why when you install it, it opens up ByBit in the background. Same sort of idea. If I can offset as much this, I'll try to make it as free and as open source as I possibly can in the long run. So that's my idea behind that. Vlad, as I said, we'll be doing live streams on how to use the optimizer starting this week. We've got Scope who's in here, who's going to be doing a live stream on Friday, all about smart money and extra, which I'm really looking forward to. I'll be there and it will be recorded this week so that everybody can see it. I'm looking forward to watching that one. And then we also have Johnny, who does a couple of streams about the ABC strategy, more manual trading, the ABC strategy. He hasn't got any more this week, I don't think. He did his stream on Monday this week. And then lastly, but not leastly, obviously, is 1 year giveaway is still running until the end of the month. I'll probably do the draw probably Monday next week, I should imagine. I think that's about when it falls. So I will do the draw for that. There's a link at the top of Discord where you can find information about this giveaway. There's loads of crypto giving away. There's a TradingView premium subscription and things like that. So yeah, so all of that kind of stuff. Some VIPs for DaviddTech. And that's pretty much all I've got for today. I know that most people, most Englishmen and Welsh will be watching the World Cup at the moment. So if there's any questions, I'll quite happily answer.
I ask for Steve. A lot of other people.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people asking for the one settings.
Yes.
Can you give an update about that?
Yes, I will get round to doing them throughout the month. The next month, it was just just time and testing that I've been doing to get to where we are. Yeah, I have no excuse for it. I just need to upload it. There was more be holding back. That was not holding back settings or anything like that. Just worrying too much. So anyway, yes, I will get to updating that soon. The one.
Okay. And the arbitrage bot.
Yes.
You paused that probably.
Not really. It's something that I'm learning a lot about as I go along. It's not paused as such because it's something that I'd like to build. It's finding it will be one of the strategies that I'll build together. I just need to work out when we could sort of like fit it in. So more things is fitting things in so that I can fit things in so that we can I can explain things and just not add to the confusion as such. So, but I have been coding it. I think the best idea. What I'll do is anybody that's interested in arbitrage bots, I will first of all send it to the beta testers and see what they think, what I've coded so far. Anybody else that's interested, I will happily share the code with them, and you can test the arbitrage bot, which could become a community project together with you guys if anybody's interested in building an arbitrage bot.
Okay, and that's with the machine learning.
Not particularly, not yet. The machine learning part is more about there's not much machine learning really going on in the arbitrage bot that I've got so far. The machine learning is more about the entry. Like I said, I was looking to build an American sniper entry, which was using machine learning, which I'll go through quite happily as a full stream, but it's going to take me an hour to go through it from A to Z. Currently, the one that I've built works on ByBit. It scans for sorry, I've lost it. What it does is it scans through all of the coins and looks for arbitrage of two coins, looking for them to revert to a mean. And all of that is done in Python. Like I said, the actual machine learning was more about the entry and getting the best possible entry using a system which was called the American Sniper, which I'll have to do a full stream about because it's quite a lot of code. What I'll do is I'll share the code that I've got with anybody who's interested in arbitrage. And maybe we can do something together on that. I don't know if it's something that everybody's interested in as it's in Python. But
if it makes some money, I'm interested.
So, sorry, Mark, I didn't hear.
Yeah, is it spot trading or perpetuals?
No, but not spot trading. No, I haven't got it on spot trading, not yet. No. It's very simple at the moment. It's very simple at the moment. I've got to go through it. It's an idea. It needs strategies behind it. But as a basic arbitrage bot, the structure is there as such, and it could be something that we can explore.
Yeah, sorry. And also maybe an update about backtesting.py and the TA library.
Because I'm trying to bring back the focus onto the strategies. I'm going to have to either choose a day during the week where I can go, right, okay, let's do some Python together, or something like that. I have been working, as you know, on a Python backtesting. back testing with using backtesting PY. Also tried using vector BT and things like that. Then I had to sort of bring my focus to fixing the trigger trigger.trade. So that was being the focus. So it kind of took my focus off of that. If everybody wants me to do a Python, maybe more advanced sort of Friday or something like that during the week, we can do that. I'm quite happy to do that. I'll go through what I've coded in Python and maybe an arbitrage idea or a machine learning idea. I'm no specialist in machine learning in the slightest. As I said to you at the beginning of the year, it's something that I'd like to try and learn throughout this year. There's not many months left, but I have been learning through the year machine learning in its basic forms. But if anybody's interested in a Python sort of maybe more advanced bot that could sit in the background and look for arbitrage or run, I'll quite happily do a day, a couple of days a month or something like that if everybody's interested in that.
Maybe later first focus on the bot and
Yes.
improving the strategies, boilerplate, documentation. And
Yeah,
then,
the documentation, the optimizer. The optimizer's
Yes.
become a big focus again because, like you said, I kind of took it down because of what was said, and it is an extremely useful tool. So I need to continue updating that.
Yes, it's personally for me very important. Yes, so that are the main priorities for me: documentation, updates, bot, and strategies with tooltips, and then I think we can focus and grow and be positive again about everything.
Yes, me too. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. And we've grown. We're in a completely different stage than we were a year ago. As the group is now much bigger. It's a lot harder to explain to such a large group, which I'm extremely grateful for. Please don't take it in a negative form. It's just that I need to pull my act together and go to building maybe, like you said, some documentation in Word format or things like that, because these videos, even these live streams, will end up getting completely lost inside of Discord because there's so many messages now. So yeah, I agree.
Yes, I think a Word document PDF with, for example, explanation with everything in the boilerplate, that can help a lot.
Absolutely.
It's easy to write, and we several people can check. Okay, is it clear? Do we understand it? We all can help, of course.
Yeah, I'll do it in French.
I don't mind. I don't mind putting that together, David. PDFs and type it up on that for you.
Thank you very much. Yours are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Cool. So yes, back motivated, back ready to crack the markets again. I apologize for the absence, but we're back ready to crack it all again.
We give you again a kick on your ass next time.
Give me a kick in the ass. Okay, thank you very much. Absolutely.
What's that?
Mark gave me a kick in the ass. Yeah.
Now we are positive, huh?
Positive, yeah, totally positive. Kick in the
Yes, we want to be positive. So now I'm sure it will.
I borrowed in my shoe, so.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Marco. Thank you very much to everybody. It's always a pleasure to be here. I know it is, and I know how lucky I am to be part of this group. So thank you very much. And if anybody does need any help with anything, I'm here as much as I possibly can. Yeah, that's it. I will do my absolute best to make it easy for everybody as much as I possibly can.
Is there a roadmap? I thought I had read something about a roadmap. Is that something you are going to do in the future?
Yes, I'd like it to be a collaborative roadmap so that we can vote on the way that we go forward. I don't want to do this all by myself because it doesn't make sense to me as we're a community. we've got to vote on the way, very much like with you, where you spoke about the optimizer and things like that. It's got to be something that I need your feedback, because I need to know what you want me to work on, what you want the group to work on, and things like that. So I need to vote and make a kind of a collaborative roadmap so that we can decide together which way we're all going. Because, like I said, it's a community. It's not my decision. It's our decision. So somehow I'd like to find a way of building a system where we can kind of vote on the future of DaviddTech.
Yes, and that's good to watch how we can do that with the best method.
Yes.
I'm not sure if everybody is always looking on David.tech. While we have those features there, but I think not much people watch there. You can probably watch the statistics.
No, there's not many visits on DaviddTech website. There's a lot of pings, obviously, because of the bot, but there isn't that many. The most important thing is these live streams when we're talking to each other, and that's where we get the most feedback, I believe. So I need to either talk a bit more about DaviddTech or work out a way of when we did Monday boards and things like that, there was lots of feedback at that point. So maybe we can work a way out inside the group of voting on a kind of a roadmap for the future.
Yes. Okay.
Get notepads out and pens and start writing in every single live stream, taking notes.
I do not as much as you, though. Nowhere near.
Break in with a small wish at the end.
Sorry?
Break in with a small wish at the end. If you're working on the 4.0.4 boilerplate, is it possible to add a margin percent when you use percentage of account? That would make it much easier for the
percent. Yes, I do believe that it's in there. What I do that was K West that was talking. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's
right.
K West. What I'm going to do is, if it's good with you, I'm going to add a friend request to you very quickly. I will send you the most recent update for the boilerplate. I'm pretty sure that I've coded it in so it works the way you want it to for the next update. If it's not, just send me a message very quickly, and we'll chat about how it should work for you.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
One last question, David.
Sure, Marco.
With the possibilities for risk management, are all those placeholders also written on your placeholder web page?
I believe so. I think we're missing margin. I will go through all of them to make sure that they're there, but I'm pretty sure that most of them are there now. All of them are there except for margin, I believe. I'll have a look. Thank you very much. I'll have a look.
Okay, good. Okay.
I have started to install a documentation.david.tech, like you just said, to create these PDFs and things like that, so that we can make much better. Well, so I can make because I've got to do them, obviously. Make the documentations and add any documentations I find or anybody submits for me.
Good.
You've got a question in chat.
Thank you very much. For smart money. For the smart money best settings. Now, like I said earlier, I'm going to be setting up a forum inside of Discord, which will allow us to better organize the settings that are shared with each and every strategy. You also asked if BTC USDT 5 minute, what I think of it. Hold on, let me go through. Was 5 minute. I can't remember if it was the 5 minute. Most of my trading strategies, 90% of my trading strategies are running on the 15 minute. I have a couple on the 30 minute. A 15-minute seems to be a good spot for me. A 5-minute, the problem with a 5-minute is keeping 5-minute strategies working in the long run. Now, that's my personal opinion. Since the beginning, I've found that 5-minute strategies, 1-minute strategies, 2-minute strategies, things like that are a lot harder to keep going in the long run. As the 15-minute has been quite good to me. This was brought to my attention a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, but a while ago. When I was talking to a hedge fund, and they sent me some documentation, and this documentation said that most hedge funds use the 15-minute, which was not hedge funds. Algo traders use the 15-minute. And that's where I started optimizing around those time frames. So 15 minutes being the best for me in the longer run.
Thanks, David. That's me who wrote that.
No problem. Thanks. How are you going?
Yeah, good man. Yeah, no, you kind of answered my question, because I think the video you put out was based on the 5-minute chart.
Okay.
So I think you kind of answered it that long term is probably not the best strategy.
The problem with 5 minutes is, like I said, when we did this all at the very beginning, we were all on lower time frames. Now, I'm not saying that they don't work; some do, but things change so much that 5 minutes tend to not last in the long run, as far as I'm concerned. For myself, so you're better just taking that time frame just a little bit up, I believe.
I'll second that. I had a brilliant strategy on 5 minutes, and I came back to it 3 months later. I've got it all saved and that. I come back to it 3 months later, and it were absolutely dog poo. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. One of the things I've been finding at the moment is, obviously we're in a bear market, but it's like, because we're in like ranging zones, I'm not getting as many entries as well. It's not that reliable anymore.
Yes. Yeah, this is another thing that was sort of talked about a while ago with Jake from TradeLab AI. His way of putting it is, you've got to have, it's a bit like I believe what he said, it's a bit like a builder. You've got to have different trading strategies for different markets. No point in taking I'm not in the building trade, why did I bring this? A screwdriver to hit a nail as such.
No point taking an hammer to a gunfight.
There you go.
Nice.
Thanks very much. That was much better than my one. You have to have, you have to understand what's behind your trading strategy. You have to understand where it works well, which you'll be able to see from the backtesting results. And some trading strategies work extremely well through most market conditions. Some work better in trending, some work better in ranging, and so it's best to have the tools for each and every market as such.
Great, cheers.
No problem.
Saying that though, for the last 2 weeks, BTC for manual, I bet bots have took more trades than I've took for manually. I haven't really took any trades because of the way the market is. So I just think everything's been quiet over the last 2 weeks. Probably took in 2 weeks. I've probably took 3 trades.
Really?
So, yeah. Not like me. And I sit on higher time frames, waiting for. Just waiting for a sign on the higher time frames, but for it's 5 days now. We've been in one single range. We only broke the range last night, so that was from last week, and I was waiting for it all that time. So then, to me, there's no point in trading if you know what I mean, if you haven't broken anything.
Absolutely, yeah. Scope, who's talking, I don't know if everybody knows you. Most people do, I should imagine. Has a stream all about his trading strategy this Friday. So anybody interested in smart money concepts and extra, because it's not only smart money, but there's loads of great information which I'll be going to and will be recorded. Does anybody else have any questions that I can answer before going to watch the football? No? Cool. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Once again, I will be here on Thursday, and back to doing 2 streams every week. Oh, okay. Thank you very much once again. Apologize once again for my absence. Yes, Vlad just put the competition inside of the AMA chat so that you can see the voice on competition, the giveaway. Sorry. Thank you very much to everybody. Have a great evening, and I'll see
you,
you
David.
all on Thursday. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you very
Peace.
much. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.
You too. Bye. Take care, everybody.
Bye.